Okay. Hi, my name is Summer and welcome to Summer Songs. This next episode is the second part of my father. And just to give you a little preface, I think it's pretty cool that I get to see myself as a composer. And this is really you listening to what I've composed. For the most part, it's all like string instruments, some flute, and that's always been the vision. It's just been like, what would it look like if Summer was no longer the flute player on the side, but the conductor, or rather the composer and watching everybody else play. I've always found it to be cool. This stage of my life is before I conduct, you know. I wanted to see what could I make simply using recording software, and it's been made. And what's cool about this is more so based on religious text, but it's an orchestral, classical, romantic, cinematic song. Yet I sang it more so with I think a light, soulful voice. When I hear it, I kind of hear a little bit of like a Broadway type thing, what you'd hear that's telling story. And that's also something that's come up as I've started creating music in this format. And this is my format, like, well, it's hard to see, but I'm on my computer, and I'm in Ableton, and I'm kind of just tracking everything as it goes. And it's pretty cool what you can create simply with this setup of sound. You can create a storyline, you can create your own background music, and I almost feel like I could do that one day, and it'll just be very entertaining to listen to the audience. So this one is called My Father, the official one, and its intro was very much like light, old country type intro, and it's a slow build, but I think that's okay, because it's, if anything, telling the story. It's telling what's gonna come, and you get to hear the layers. So I say, as you listen, pay attention to the layers, and at the end it's just like a cool growth, because I kind of switch genres on you, at least the instruments used in the genre, because I kind of bring in more, I guess, psychedelic reverb kind of guitar, and it's more motion, and it's kind of got more soulful chords. So I love playing with that, you know, because I feel like that's the future. Classical is looking for more, classical instrumentalists are looking for more ways to kind of branch out, kind of find income, find place. And I think sometimes hip-hop, R&B can kind of get a little boring, so let's spice it up a little bit. Let's mix the worlds, cinematic world, and see what we can create. So this is My Father, and yeah, I'm really proud of it. So I'm gonna start it now. the demons trying to tear what you're aligning, but there's something I can see. There's so much in this piece. I must shift my mind to see what is not seen. The body that was my favorite part. The orders of the king. Bet you weren't expecting that, right? So I just want to highlight what I really care about in this piece, like what makes me really excited. I like the transition points. They're very exciting into the speaking part, you know, like, I mean singing. You wouldn't expect that I'm going to sing in this. I'm going to try and fast forward a bit. This part. I love all the tension building. Now I didn't mean to like suck the strings away so fast, but it was a draft and that was okay. It's funny how memory can kill the bond between you and me. And where this singing comes from, it comes from literally real life. Is sometimes when you're on the journey with God and trying to understand Him, you're like, whoa, this is awesome. You have great moments. Sometimes I've just had great moments just reading or writing to God in my bed, but then all of a sudden I'm like, darkness is all around me and I don't really know what I'm doing, and it happens very often and you can feel very lost. And sometimes it comes as like a, you know how when you're trying and then you remember, like, you're, for instance, I'm creating something and then all of a sudden I remember a time I messed up in the past or I embarrassed myself, and then I forget and all I can think about is that embarrassing moment while I'm still creating, and it can kind of suck you out of that beautiful heaven-like creative process. And essentially I'm kind of writing about that. It's funny how memory can kill the bond between you and me. God, I want to say, I can feel the demons trying to tear what you're aligning, this creativity, which is essentially all I really want to share lately, like to the public, is keep creating. Like, that's you in communion with God. Like, your stuff you make is awesome. Share it. What were the rest of the lyrics? God, I wanna say, I can feel the demons trying to tear. My voice was so pretty there. But there's something I can see. So I mentioned I really like the transition points, and that was an example. Ah, dang it, I wasn't recording audio. But yeah, I really like the transition points and the build-up, because you guys don't know that you're about to get like a grand type of soul orchestra feel about to come up. And the lyrics I'm going to say are, I must shift my eyes to see what is not seen. The body, it follows the orders of the king, kind of like the body of Christ follows the head. And just like my body, my nervousness, my fear has to follow the truth that I know, you know? So that's why I get to block out those bad memories and move over to this. I must shift my mind to see what is. And my favorite part is the low part. The body follows the orders of the king. And that just is reminiscent of like Spanish guitar, which I absolutely love. We grew up on that smooth jazz and Spanish guitar, so I love how you can hear it in the things I write. So that's that. My father. Bye-bye.